Swadee krap and good morning. Welcome to Thailand Top Stories. Today we're coming to you from old Phuket town, and this is the memory at On Hotel. This has got a spectacular history in the area. It was probably the first known hotel in Phuket, and it was the place where they filmed some of the scenes from the film The Beach, because of course they filmed on Maya Bay, which is about 45 minutes on a speedboat that away. But this is where they filmed a lot of the early scenes that you see, the dirty old seedy Bangkok hotel. Well, that was here. Since then, this has really been squished up and it's now a great little boutique hotel if you are coming to Phuket. But for now, please subscribe to the channel and we'll get stuck in today's main news stories. A crane collapsed at a condo construction site yesterday and landed on a row of rental rooms, killing one person and injuring two others. The engineer overseeing the project in Samut Prakan's Bang Po district, southeast of Bangkok, has been assisting police with their inquiries. A 48-year-old motorbike taxi driver was leaving a Somtom stall when the 8-ton crane collapsed, crushing him. A 22 and 24-year-old nearby were both injured when the crane smashed into their rooms adjacent to the construction site. The crane driver was lucky to escape with just minor arm injuries. Witnesses say there was a huge explosion and then watched as the crane collapsed. Thai health officials now say all of the 17 people who came in close contact with Thailand's only Omicron-infected traveller during his hotel stay have tested negative for COVID-19, although one person remains in quarantine after inconclusive test results. The American travelled from Spain and entered Thailand under the Test and Go scheme. The Department of Disease Control reports that people who came in contact with the traveller during his stay at a hotel after entering the country have all tested negative. Earlier reports said one of the hotel staff members who had served food to the traveller had tested positive, but officials later announced that a follow-up test came up negative. The American man is now serving a 14-day quarantine and has not displayed any bad symptoms for the coronavirus. Meanwhile, another COVID-19 lockdown is unlikely despite the case. Thai PM Prayut Chan-o-cha reiterated yesterday that there won't be any additional restrictions added following the Omicron infection. He said, hopefully this coming new year will be a happy time. We haven't had that festive happiness for 2 years because of COVID. Well, we did have New Year from 2019 to 2020, but we understand the Prime Minister's sentiment. He went on to say that as of now, the requirement that international visitors undergo a PCR test upon arriving in the kingdom is seen by health authorities as sufficient to detect the new variant and prevent it from spreading here. Okay, Tim and Sean here. Sean from 5-Star Marine. We're on the back of one of your boats. We're on what, Lucas 8 today?
Lucas 8 today, yeah.
And you can see where we're perched precariously. What's the advantage of these little wooden decks at the back of the boats?
Yeah, so this deck allows us to have an easy entrance in and out of the water, protects us also from the engines, but one of the key things is for kids is that they can just grab the little bar that's here and they can snorkel and play with the fish without even having to go out. So this is a great beginner snorkeling platform.
Okay, so we're actually going to go for a bit of a swim in just a moment because the water here is spectacular. We're at Banana Beach, Coral Island.
Correct, Banana Beach, Coral Island, just about 10 minutes from the Shillong Pier.
A very, very popular place, particularly good for families, and a place that you would probably come first if you were going to go to an island off Phuket for a bit of a day.
Yeah, it's a nice morning stop or a nice sunset stop.
So if you'd like to come and enjoy a swim at Banana Beach or any of these spectacular islands around Phuket, Sean's the man to speak to at 5-Star Marine. Their staff and their boats are all ready for you to pop back and enjoy Phuket's islands, which, as we keep on saying, they've never looked better. Thanks for joining us. The Chiang Mai street vendor who went viral over her revealing cardigan-style top has filed a sexual harassment complaint with Thai police. 23-year-old Nong Olive became an internet hit by wearing an open-chest shirt showing plenty of cleavage and midriff, all the time while making Thai-style pancakes. Not that people were taking much note about the food. But she told police she'd been getting messages from a fake Line account asking her for sex and sending her sexual messages. Reports say the Line user claimed to be a popular YouTube vlogger. Yesterday, she went with her lawyer to report the sexual harassment incidents to local police. 3 people are accused of being involved in a transnational human trafficking operation where Burmese migrants were promised help entering Thailand for jobs and later forced into labour, even prostitution. The suspects were arrested in Thak's Mae Sot district, which borders Myanmar. The suspects allegedly lured migrants into Thailand by helping them cross the border illegally, evading immigration checks and COVID-19 screening measures. Police say the traffickers then extorted up to 120,000 baht in cash from the migrants and their family members. Officers from the Child, Women Protection and Anti-Human Trafficking Centre are investigating and tracking down other suspect members of the operation. And Myanmar's ousted state councillor Aung San Suu Kyi was sentenced to 4 years in prison on Monday, but it's now been reduced to 2 years following a partial pardon by the military junta's commander. Her indictments were for unrest and violating COVID-19 epidemic guidelines, according to the junta's ruling court, which ordered the first judicial decision in a series of allegations brought by the country's military administration against her. Since the coup in February, Suu Kyi, the leader of the former government's National League for Democracy, or NLD, has been held in an unidentified location. She spent 15 years behind house arrest during Myanmar's previous period of military control, and she'll spend her new 2-year sentence where she's now being detained rather than being taken to a prison. Suu Kyi also faces other charges, including unlawfully holding walkie-talkies. That's all the main news stories from around Thailand. Jet will be along a little bit later with Thailand News Today. It comes out around 6 p.m. every day, and Jet will bring you up to date with all the stories that happen on Wednesday. Thank you very much to Natty for filling in yesterday, but from us here at the beautiful On Hotel, drop in if you are in Phuket town. You're up to date on the Thaiger.